Don't you just hate it when you're forced to participate in capitalism and you get a $3 million mansion? It's the worst thing. Capitalism's terrible. Forcing $3 million mansions on people. It's absolutely disgraceful. It's disgusting. But everyone's obviously aware of Hasan Piker, the tax the rich socialist, moving into a $3 million home. And it seems that there's been a nice little. Well, Hassan was even from his own viewers, and it's not like them to criticise one of their own. Got a lot of shit for it. Because if you notice that a lot of socialist people do really well for money, like all the socialist talking pieces, a lot of them have a lot of money. They've got a lot of money and they live very well. It's a trend I'm noticing. Happens in a lot of communist socialist regimes and everything as well. The people at the top have a lot of the stuff, and everybody at the bottom only gets the crumbs. But that can't be the case because I've heard that it's only capitalism that does that. And Hassan has said that himself, so if Hassan said it, then it must be true. But there's a nice little fluff piece defending Hassan's exorbitant new abode. Leftist streamer Hasan Piker faced criticism for buying a $2.7 million home. But Gen Z's favourite pundit says he's determined to change the right's narrative about progressives. Yeah, yeah, buying a $3 million home is definitely going to change your opinion. There he is, trying to find the billionaires to tax. It used to be millionaires, and remember it used to be millionaires that they wanted to tax, and then a few of them became millionaires, and now it's the billionaires. So now it's the billionaires, you know that, like Bernie Sanders used to do. Hasan Piker spends 8 hours in a swivel chair every day dissecting issues like the climate crisis and wealth disparity and advocating for Medicare for all, LGBTQ rights, gun control, alternatives to capitalism, and other progressive policy reform ideas. Piker's monologues, full of unrestrained bouts of laughter, reference to inane facets of internet culture and the latest political news, have attracted 1.5 million followers on Twitch, the live streaming platform known for its popularity among gamers. And something that Hasan Piker has done a few times as well, is cried about my tweets, cried about tweets and jokes that I have made. And I remember one time I really annoyed him on Twitter, and while he was on stream, he went onto my profile and he found the pinned tweet about the crowdfund for my trial, and he went on this whole rant of arresting people for jokes is good, actually. So, you know, he's a very progressive person who wants to take us back to 16th century laws. In 3 years, the 30-year-old leftist pundit has vaulted from working as a miniseries host on a liberal talk show to having a devoted fan base of politically aware Yeah, very, very politically aware. We should just take all the money from the rich people in the government, and then no bad side effects will happen from that at all. That's very aware. 20-somethings across the internet. Teens and 20-somethings, very well known for their extreme intelligence. Where he is known as Hassan Abbey, he also helped to revolutionise left-wing political punditry in the process. Yes, he has, by making it an extremely profitable venture. Like a good little capitalist. I think all I'm doing is helping people recognise why they feel angry, jaded, why they feel like they have a shittier hand dealt to them than the prior generation. Piker, an ardent critic of former President Donald Trump, how brave, told Insider in a recent interview. Piker is extremely online, and that is not a compliment. And like countless internet stars and celebrities, his personal life is heavily scrutinised by fans and critics. This month, he faced backlash for spending nearly $3 million on a house in West Hollywood, California, while pushing socialist policies. Piker supported Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont in both the 2016 and the 2020 US Democratic parties. Yep, I'm sorry, but if you truly, honest to God, believe in socialism, then I want to see you redistributing your own wealth. I want to see it. See if you're doing all of this. No, other people. Other people should bring about the thing that I want. Why? Do it yourself. You get $3 million for a house. You could have bought a lot of houses for a lot of people there. You could have been able to give everybody a deposit for them to get their own house. That's something that you could have done with all that money. Why don't you redistribute? Oh, well, he pays his taxes. He pays his taxes. The man's buying a $3 million house. He's clearly not paying enough taxes. I mean, Who really needs a $3 million house? Who really needs... No one needs a $3 million house. That money could have gone to buy about 10 houses for disadvantaged people who, like Hasan said, were dealt a bad hand to the prior generation. Right? No one needs that much money. No one needs that much money, so it should be redistributed. I mean, personally, I think he should give all his money away. In response to the controversy on Twitter, Piker said he donates some of his money. While he didn't specify charitable donations, Piker has donated to Sanders on 5 occasions, totaling $2,770, according to the Open Secrets database, which tracks political donations. That's quite a paltry amount, if I'm being honest. I mean, $3 million mansion, but you wanted Bernie Sanders to win so badly, you only gave him $2,770. Piker added that his critics misunderstood what socialism is. I think a lot of your critics were your own fan base, Piker, and I thought you were supposed to educate them on socialism. In the buttoned-up world of traditional politics, the House debacle could have easily spiralled into scandal, but for the internet star, the controversy just brought him back into the spotlight, which is, a fair point. No such thing as bad press. Piker has a distinctly young audience. Why is that just right up there as saying? I don't know what point they're trying to make with that. In October, Piker helped organise a stream of the video game Among Us with US reps Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Ilhan Omar, which became the third most viewed Twitch broadcast ever, according to CNET, and reeled in over 400,000 concurrent viewers, according to the data analytics website Streamlabs. His stream on election night in November, which lasted over 16 hours, had 225,000 concurrent viewers at its peak. It was the 6th most watched election stream on the internet, behind only major news networks, according to Streamlabs. You're constantly on, Piker told Insider, of how his platform of choice helped him connect with viewers. Twitch is basically like AM broadcast radio for Zoomers, rather than what Rush Limbaugh was doing to our grandparents, he added. What, talking a lot of shite and lies? Imagine streaming on Twitch though, man. Like, where you can literally get your fucking tits out and like straddle shit and just be all kinds of thought stuff on stream, but if you're making that big bank, you're absolutely fine, nothing will happen to you. But if you swear too much and you don't really make a lot of money, enjoy your week-long ban. And Twitch are still like, we enforce our rules equally. No, you don't. You don't. You just don't. Andrew Culpe, media history and critical theory professor at the California Institute of the Arts, man, I wonder what his political leanings might be, told Insider that Piker brings a different style of politics that is particularly appealing to Generation Z. The politics of course, free shit. Basically, you don't have to work or actually try hard to accomplish anything in life. Other people will do it for you. Those other people being the government. The government will just give you free stuff. And you have to rely on the government for absolutely everything that you need. And I am sure there will be absolutely no negative repercussions of that at all. According to YouTube data provided by Piker's team, over 35% of his 750,000 YouTube subscribers are 24 years old or younger. Nearly 70% of his followers on the platform are under 30, the data showed. Armed with memes and an irreverence to authority, he uses a reverence to authority. The man literally wants people jailed for telling jokes. He's pro hate speech laws, and hate speech basically has this completely malleable definition that can mean absolutely anything. Like Hasan, a reverence to authority. Hasan literally is an authoritarian. He wants to take people's wealth by force and give it out to people and arrest people for their speech. Hasan's an authoritarian, a reverence to authority. He uses the tools of youth culture, Culp said. Younger viewers are hungry for voices like Piker's, Culp added, that were long shot out of the media. Yeah. You definitely you don't hear any of Hasan's talking points on mainstream media at all. You don't hear any of it. You don't hear any of it at all. They have long been shut out of the media. The media, all the mainstream media is all right wing, all of it, every single bit of it. It's all right wing, conservative, Republican, all that stuff. You don't hear people like Hasan. You don't hear talking points like Hasan's in media because they've been shut out. Yep. Piker, the son of two academics, was born in New Brunswick, New Jersey, but grew up in Istanbul. He said a major moment in his political awakening came when he was a teenager in 2004 when Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Turkey's prime minister at the time, successfully sued the Turkish cartoonist Musa Kart for portraying him as a cat with strands of yarn draped across a feline frame. Political cartoons are really important in that side of the world, Piker said, adding that the incident seemed like a silly entry point into politics to him now, but felt profound at the time. Interesting how you don't agree with that anymore. You want people to be arrested for their speech, Hasan, if it goes against your politics. Or if it's hate speech. What's hate speech? Anything I don't like. Piker said he was always fascinated by American culture as a child and jokingly calls himself an Ameriboo, a term he says is invented as a play on weeaboo, a derogatory term for a Western person obsessed with Japanese culture. He particularly liked watching Entourage, a bro-centric TV show about Hollywood. He said it fueled his dreams of living in Los Angeles, where he now resides. Great, if you've got the money for it. He seized on his desires and moved to the US for college. After graduating from Rutgers University in New Jersey in 2013, Piker dove into political punditry. He began working for the liberal news network The Young Turks, co-founded by his uncle Chunky Yogurt, a co-host of the eponymous primary show. Uyghur has ignited outrage in the past for making sexist and racist comments, including saying the N-word, Variety reported. There's that offence archaeology. Doesn't matter how good of a person you are now, doesn't matter how hard you virtue signal, doesn't matter how hard you suck Bernie Sanders' dick. If you have done anything in the past, it will follow you around forever. At least, on that side of the spectrum, which is why that side of the spectrum is just not a fun place to be. Whenever the opportunity arose, Piker filled in for other hosts on the Young Turks, which broadcast on YouTube and streaming platforms. Piker's profile rose enough that in 2016 he launched his own series within the Young Turks network, The Breakdown, which aired on Facebook. Last year, Piker left the Young Turks to focus full-time on his Twitch channel, which he launched in 2018 to explore a more casual, unscripted style. At the Young Turks, everything I did was pre-scripted, he said. I was terrible off the cuff, I could not keep up, I could not keep conversations for extended periods of time. I'm not really interested in Hasan's history, if I'm being honest. Well, roughly half of what is going on here. I would like to scroll down, please. Never mind, my Chrome has crashed. Oh, no, there we go. There we go. This is just his history, which I don't really want to read any more of this. I don't really care about his history or anything like that. This is just a wee fluff piece to sort of help him address the whole house thing. But and some of the excuses he was providing for his house, but I have to live in LA. It's like, well, no, you don't. You stream from home. You could live fucking anywhere to do your job. I mean, I do my job and I live out in the middle of bloody nowhere. I'm still able to do my job. Stream for your bedroom. Oh, but I need to live near local services. Oh yeah, I forgot that as soon as you leave major cities, there are no shops or anything at all. Everyone has to collect water from the local well. I forgot about all that. Oh, but what about my friends? Fucking commute. Commute, you gimp. Live outside of town, get a train, get a car, get something like that. I mean, for $3 million, you could have got yourself a very nice house and a very nice car, and the house would have been so much bigger than the one that you're in right now. Do you want to know one thing I will say? I don't really talk about personal stuff, right? My house, minus the swimming pool, because Scotland's outdoor swimming pools are not a thing here. My house is the same size as Hasan's, and it didn't cost anywhere fucking near. My house cost less than 10% of what Hasan's house cost. I think. I know I'm converting dollars into pounds in my head. But yeah, I think my house cost less than 10% of what Hasan's cost. And it's the same size. It's the same size. Which is why, village life, mate, rural life, get out of cities. Just get the hell out of cities. Everything is more expensive and there's so much more crime and, it's just not good. It's just not good for your health. Riots and Antifa and all these other things. But yeah, and his excuses were just crap. It wasn't that. You just wanted to live in a great big lovely house in the middle of LA. Right? $3 million? Nah. Should have been redistributed. You could have bought so many houses for other people. Your wealth needs to be redistributed. Oh, you pay these bloody taxes. Clearly not enough. Clearly not enough taxes. No one should be paying so little taxes that they're able to buy a great big luxury $3 million home. Right? Who needs a luxury $3 million home? Nobody needs that. So I don't care if he's in his little chair 8 hours a day grinding away and earning his money. Like, I don't care how hard he works. He should be giving his money to the people that don't work. I mean, like, you need to stay true to your ideals. Now, see if there was someone that basically was raking in, like, stupid money on Twitch and YouTube and all that, but he lived in a little apartment, he had an average car, and he just dished out the rest of it to, like, buying other people's homes or helping them set up businesses or, you know, helping other people with their bills and all that stuff. And he was giving away a good chunk of his wealth and only keeping what he could comfortably and humbly live on. I would say you are a true socialist. Like, you know what? Respect. Absolute respect to that. God damn, you have conviction. Like, you are really set in your beliefs and you are really on the grind and doing it, right? Whereas, you know, it's so much easier being a capitalist like me because you get to live like a capitalist and nobody can judge you for it. But anyway, see if someone was doing that, I would have absolute respect for them and I would say, yep, you are practicing what you preach. Absolute respect. Hasan isn't doing that. $3 million house in LA. Nah, he's not doing that at all. That's not what he's doing at all. He's a hypocrite. He is a hypocrite. And he was tweeting out stuff like, socialism is when no house. That's what people think. No, like, nobody said that. Nobody said that. Socialism doesn't mean you don't have a house at all. You can have a house, you can have an apartment. Socialism is when no big 3 million luxury fucking house in LA, right? Redistribute your wealth, Hasan. Redistribute your wealth. That money could have went to so many other people. Could have went to healthcare, could have went to that. You know what? Tax the rich. Eat the rich. Eat the rich, you know, let's all eat Hasan. The man clearly does not pay enough taxes. No one should have a $3 million house. But one thing that I will say about socialist pundits and people that are, you know, sort of at the top of the whole socialist hierarchy, they always seem to have so much more than everyone else. And that's interesting, isn't it?